Welcome back to the smartest year ever. 40 days left, no days off. Let's go. Did you know there was once a US president who didn't just speak another language? He and his wife used it as a private secret code right inside the White House. That president was Herbert Hoover, the 31st president of the United States, and their confidential language was Mandarin Chinese. Long before his presidency, Hoover was a successful mining engineer. In the late 1890s, his work for the Chinese Bureau of Mines took him and his wife, Henry Hoover, to China. Now let's pause a second to consider that his wife was named Henry Hoover. That sounds more like the 1931 home run leader in the AL to me, but her real name was Louise, so it makes a little bit more sense there. The Hoovers lived in China in the late 1890s, traveling the countryside, absorbing the culture, and notably becoming fluent in Mandarin. They studied with Chinese tutors, practiced daily, and soon grew comfortable enough to converse exclusively in private. When they eventually returned to the United States, they kept the habit. Mandarin became their personal cipher, allowing them to speak freely around others when they didn't want to be understood. Fast forward a few decades to the White House in 1929, and the scene was often the president and the first lady chatting softly in Mandarin during state dinners, while guests had absolutely no idea what was being said. Did President Hoover just say my name? I swear he just said my name. According to accounts from staff and Secret Service agents, the Hoovers used Mandarin during sensitive moments, from discussing policy to even managing arguments, ensuring no one could eavesdrop. Lou Hoover, who held a degree in geology from Stanford and spoke several languages, was every bit her husband's equal in intellect and discipline. In fact, she reportedly would sometimes correct Herbert's grammar mid-conversation. Their shared fluency is one of those tiny, perfect details that captures how unique the early 20th century was. You'd probably not be able to become president these days if you spoke Mandarin. But before entering politics, Hoover had managed mining operations on 5 continents, co-translated a Latin medieval text, De Re Metallica, with Lou, and organized massive humanitarian relief for Europe during World War I. He was a scientist, he was an engineer, and perhaps ironically, a true globalist, long before that term became politically charged. Their Chinese experience was far more than trivia, though. During the tumultuous Boxer Rebellion of 1900, the Hoovers were trapped in Tianjin as the city was besieged. They actively helped defend the foreign legation quarter while aiding Chinese civilians, and their time there left a lifelong impression, giving them a rare and valuable perspective on international cooperation that shaped their worldview. And did you know that we haven't had a president completely fluent in another language since FDR? We've had plenty of presidents with partial fluency, but none with true fluency since Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So there you have it, Herbert and Lou Hoover, the presidential couple who spoke Mandarin in the White House, proof that sometimes the smartest people in the room aren't just the ones talking, but the ones talking in a language that no one else can understand. Go check out my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. Leave me a comment, rate, like, subscribe, and follow. How many languages do you speak? Do you speak Mandarin? Would you speak Mandarin? What language would you most want to be able to speak? That's a good one. Go check out my short version. I do have all of these at Smartest Year Ever across social media. That's how you can find me there. Leave a comment, rate, like, subscribe, follow. I'm going to say that again in case I didn't. But in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalists. I'll see you tomorrow for more Presidential Facts Week. I'm loving these in the Smartest Year Ever.